Let's say you got a brand new car. It was worth roughly 30 grand. Okay? Real nice brand new vehicle. On average, vehicles right now, on average, okay, this is just in general, vehicles depreciate in value by about 18% every year. Okay? They decrease 18% per year. Now, it'll be more the first year. All new vehicles drop a lot the first year and then don't drop as much. But on average, over about a 6 to 8 year period, vehicles are losing 18% of their value each year.
So they lose a lot of their value when they drive off the lot.
As soon as you drive off the lot, a lot of them just, yeah. Yep. I don't know the numbers on it as to how much, but yeah. Okay. Could you write an exponential equation to model this situation?
Yes.
What would it be?
Y
Y equals
30,000.
30,000 because that is our what?
Starting
Amount, Y-intercept, yep, beginning value, times 0.82 to the x power. Good job. Y equals 30 grand times 0.82 raised to the x power. And again, how do we get 0.82? 100 minus 18, or 1 minus the rate. Yep, very good. Now, if I said, how much is your car worth in 6 years, what do? Plug in a 6. How much is it worth in 8 years? Plug in an 8. Whatever. Okay? You guys okay on something like that? You'll use y equals a times b to the x for a lot of these problems. Okay? There's two types of problems you won't use y equals a times b to the x. You'll use the two formulas I'm about ready to give you. Okay? One of them is compound interest. One of them is compound interest. You will not have to memorize this formula, but you will need to know where to plug in the numbers. Okay? Pretty simple.
So you'll give this on us?
I would give you the formula. I won't give you what each variable represents. You need to know what number goes where. Does that make sense, Brady?
Yep.
Okay.
Did we learn this last year? Or not in Algebra 1? Yeah, we learned all this.
So, yeah. So, compound interest. Here's what compound interest means, okay? The problem I gave you at the beginning of the class where you were just getting 6% annual interest, you were just getting that 6% interest at the end of the year. Okay?
Is that NT?
Yes, NT. Yep. A equals P, parentheses, 1 plus R over N to the NT power is what it says. Okay? The problem I said at the beginning of class, you were just getting an annual interest rate. So at the end of the year, you were getting your annual interest calculated or added on, basically. Okay? A lot of times, interest is not done that way. Interest is calculated or compounded more often than that, or can be. Okay? If interest is calculated more often than once a year, we need to use this compound interest formula because we need to adjust based on how often that interest is calculated. Okay? So here's how this equation works. A is your answer. It's your final amount. It's what you're going to get in the end. P is your starting amount. Okay? Original principal. All right? Original principal. That's usually why they use a P for the principal, the amount of money you invest at the beginning. Okay? The principal. All right? Starting amount. Here's our 1 plus, because we always 1 plus whatever we're going to be increasing by. R is still your interest rate, so if it was 6%, 0.06. If it was 2%, 0.02, and so on. Okay? T is time in years. T is time in years. All right? N is the number of times the interest is calculated per year. So if you read a story problem and it says the interest is being compounded daily, your N value is 365. Okay, yes. Yeah. And maybe officially, I don't know, maybe they use 365.25. Okay? Because officially that's exactly how long a year is. But daily, I'm betting they probably just use 365. All right? If the interest is being compounded monthly, they'll use N equals 12. Another vocabulary word so you're aware of, what if the interest is being compounded quarterly? 4 times. How many quarters are $1? How many quarters are a basketball game? Okay?
Every 3 months.
Okay, every 3 months is when it would happen, but that would then make a total of 4 times in a year. So if it says interest is being compounded quarterly, your end value is 4.
How much on average? Is it monthly? Is it?
I don't honestly, I don't know if they're, what bank accounts really do.
Do most bank accounts even offer that?
I don't know if they're all continuously, or if they're all just annually, or monthly, I'm not aware of it.
So what's wrong with it? Why are you talking?
There's such a small difference, I mean, there's gonna be some pennies difference for sure, but it's not gonna be a huge difference.
This is the same equation, but
Yes.
no, same thing with the ends on.
I just give people this, I think it's easier than having them figure out what this would actually equal. Because the reason you gotta divide by n is because if you get 6% annual interest, but the interest is calculated every month, you don't get 6% every month. 6 divided by 12, you get 0.5% every month.
Why is
Because
it?
if it was just one time a year, it's something not even.
That'd be 1.
Yeah,
That'd
and
be
then
R.
yeah.
Yeah, it is exactly the same.
So why is it NT? Is it the numbers of times?
Because if it gets compounded 4 times in a year for 3 years, that means the interest will be added on 12 total times. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Why did it? Oh, you did not want it.
No. Okay? So that's compound interest. One more. And that's continuous. If you see a story problem that says the interest is being compounded continuously, okay? The interest is being compounded continuously, you'll use the good old APERT formula, okay? APERT. It's one you'll remember, you'll use it in advanced math again, okay? APERT. Same sort of deal, guys. I didn't write the stuff down because they mean the same thing. A is your final amount, P is your original principal, R is your interest rate, so 6% would be 0.06. T is time in years, and E is E. E is that 2.7, okay? E is that number. Alright? E is E. So that's just another formula that will show up. If interest is being compounded continuously, that's the only time you use this, guys, by the way. Only use this formula when it says the interest is being compounded continuously.
What's it? Will we have to remember that?
This one you have to memorize.
What is the E? It's
E is the number E. 2.7, did you miss that day?
That's sick.
It was Monday.
There was a.
Yeah, E is a number kind of like pi, Luke. You might want to watch the video on that. Okay? So again, only use this when interest is compounded continuously. You will have to memorize that one. Okay? Alright, any questions? Alright, pause. I'll get those videos uploaded.